Hi, Gary Hewitt here from TechMag Social, and I'm here with Moira Hutchison, and you have a website called Wellness with Moira.
That's correct.
Right? And so what is it exactly that you do?
I'm a hypnotherapist and an intuitive life coach.
Mm-hmm.
So I offer solutions to help people release anxiety.
Yes.
And remove the blocks that are holding them back from achieving what it is they want.
Okay, so explain like how that works. A lot of people understand what you're talking about, but there's a lot more people that don't.
I know.
Right? So part of what we want to do is get the message out to the people that don't understand anxiety and blockages and fear and comfort zone and all of those things.
Okay.
What would you say to them?
That it's basically a person will come to me when they realize that they don't like their life. They're uncomfortable in their life. And that could be uncomfortable with their body, with their work, with their relationship, that they're uncomfortable. And they realize there's a better way.
Okay.
But they don't know how to do it.
But they don't know how to get there.
Exactly.
Right? So it's not just a logical thing, oh, I do A, B, and C.
Yeah.
It's they go and study and they do A, B, and C and it still doesn't work.
That's right.
Right?
That's
and then so you have some techniques and some technology, some ability to do whatever that magic is that gets them past the A, B, C and actually make things happen.
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
So one of the things that I find is that a lot of people that I work with, they do know the solutions. They do know all the steps.
Yes.
And when they sit in my office and I say, well, you should be doing this and you could be doing that and you could do this, they say, I know that, Moira, but I can't do it.
Ah.
You see, because unless they're actually accessing themselves as a physical, emotional, mental, spiritual being.
Correct. Yes.
That's where their blocking is, right? So for instance, let's say somebody comes and they want to lose weight.
Okay.
So they know that they have to watch what they eat and they exercise and they're doing that, but they're not losing weight.
They still don't lose weight.
They're not losing weight.
Okay.
And yet their thinking pattern is, I'm a failure, I'm a waste of time, I'm a waste of space. Everybody knows that I can't do this, right?
Yep.
Or they'll say things like they look in the mirror and say, I'm fat. Or even if I get them trained to start saying, I want you to stand in front of a mirror and say, I see myself as in my ideal body. They have this little voice in the back of their head saying, no, you're not, you're a fat slob. Right?
Okay.
So that's what I want to work with them is that they're undermining their own efforts. And so, like I said, so when they come in and say, yes, I'm doing all these steps, but they're not
achieving results. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so when somebody comes to your practice, they actually get results.
That's right.
Okay, can you share perhaps a success story that shows us what kind of results that you've gotten for people?
Yeah, I have a really lovely story where a girl came and she was working with me. Her goal was, she had a specific date in mind to lose 40 pounds. That was her actual goal.
That's a lot of weight.
It was. It was. And I'm not ever going to say, I'll guarantee you can lose this. That was her personal goal, and that was great for her to say.
So this is an example of an actual success story.
Yep, she actually did do it. And we did it.
Well, kudos to you. Kudos to her.
Thank you. Big kudos to her. She was a joy to work with. So we would do a blend of hypnosis and coaching and spiritual counseling, spiritual guidance. In her words, the hypnosis was good because it helped her map out a day. It helped her make the food choices without then making them too fast in the moment.
Okay.
She actually found that she could actually plan it out way easier. But to her, it wasn't just that part. The real part was actually finding out that she was connected to a much greater power. Like she really got in touch with her own spirituality and found that. So back to what I was saying earlier about the physical, emotional, mental, spiritual.
Yes.
To me, it's really important to find out where's your leak, where's your weak point.
Yeah, because you can have, from what I understand, and I've done a lot of research in this area. What I understand is you could have a blockage on any one of those levels.
Exactly.
And when you have a blockage or something that's stuck on any one, it actually manifests in the other three.
Precisely.
Right? So you're good at figuring out where it is, and then using the techniques that you have to clear it so that it manifests, a new manifestation goes through all the other layers.
Yeah. Well said. That's exactly right. The thing about what you were just saying is, I call it, that's like alignment. To me, it's alignment, and my intent is to make it that you ease into it.
Yes.
You think of a person who says, I have to lose weight, and they pound.
That's a tough.
Right. But if they're thinking about how their inner dialogue is off, or they've got the emotions buried, it doesn't matter how much they push and effort at it, they're not going to do it. And so I really basically want to help people ease into their success.
Okay. So not only do you get people results, what you're saying is that you actually make it easy for them to get results.
We have to be careful about easy and simple, right?
Okay, they have to do some work.
They do have to do
right,
work.
But
to take
you make
away
it easier.
Easier.
Yes. Okay.
Easier
good.
and making them feel better faster.
Yes.
Because if you're feeling better, you can make any kind of change.
Okay.
You can.
Yes.
Like if the payoff is right here, right now, I feel more energized or better about myself.
Yes.
Then you're going to stick to that workout routine or that meditation practice or journaling, whatever it is.
So how do you practice what you do? How do you, like somebody comes and sees you, right? So is it like an interview format? Are you like an energy practitioner? Is there any hands-on? Is there, like, what does a session with Moira look like?
It's very unique and depending on what the person comes with, because yes, for energy work, there's hands-on, but there's also remote stuff too. Like
so somebody doesn't have to come and physically see you.
No.
You can actually work through a telephone connection, for example.
I actually love doing Skype sessions.
Skype, yes.
Skype is brilliant. And you know something else that I've been finding more and more is I can do hypnosis over the phone.
Okay.
And what's really wonderful about doing this is that if I hypnotize someone and they're lying on their easy chair, on their bed, they are so vulnerable and allow themselves to really be 100% in the session.
Because they can be in a very safe place if they stay safe.
Because it's their environment. They don't. Whereas, and I have a wonderful clinic space, but you can hear noise. You can hear people moving around, and so that will censor a person who feels like they've got stuff buried that they're too scared to let out. That censors them. Okay. Right, and so they kind of, they'll relax. They do relax. It does still happen and still feel good, but there's still this little radar of like, what if somebody hears me? Or
so you get into deep stuff. So it's really important that your client feels very, very safe during that process.
Yes.
So you will accommodate them either in the office or through Skype.
Through
so
Skype,
they can be in that safe place.
Exactly.
That's pretty impressive. All right. Is there anything else you'd like to tell us about what you do?
I think we covered it really well. I have multiple tools.
Yes.
And so
I've known you for many years.
Yes.
And you are a proverbial, I don't know if I want to use the term bookworm, but you study and you learn and you've got all these credentials and you do tons and tons of stuff.
I do.
So you're really passionate about doing this.
Yes.
Okay, can you tell us why? Why does Moira get up? Why does Moira do this every day?
In my own journey, my own healing journey, I've broken down and had burnouts and fairly.
I think you were in the corporate world.
I was.
Yes.
I was a financial controller for many years.
And that's an easy job.
Yeah, very.
Yes. Okay. We're being facetious here, in case anybody doesn't know what a financial controller does.
So, my thing is I'm a firstborn, very driven, grew up very fast and took on adult responsibilities.
Yes.
And then when I hit all these burnouts, I realized in hindsight, that I was getting little taps on the shoulder saying, you don't have to push that hard.
Okay.
And by the way, you shouldn't, because if you're going to, you're going to keep crashing. And so it was after the...
Been there, done that.
After the third burnout, I kind of thought...
It takes us a while to learn.
It does, I know. Yeah, it's okay, I'm okay. I can keep going.
All right.
So it was after the third one that I kind of... At that point, my diagnosis was pop the pills, take the antidepressants, time off, and join groups. This is a real turning point for me, with join groups where people just wanted to sit and talk about their sad story.
Okay.
I used to have this great life, and now look at me. And I used to be able to do this, and now look at me. And I went to a couple and just thought, wow, I'm not playing that game.
Yes, yes.
It's just not for me. And that's when I started reading and started researching and learning and studying.
So you made a conscious choice.
Yeah.
You said, look, this is what the universe has presented to me. And you made a conscious choice to say, thank you, but no thanks.
That's right.
Okay?
Yeah.
And then you learn whatever it took to change yourself, right? And now am I correct in saying that this is what you are now bringing to the table to help others?
Absolutely. Because what happened in the beginning stage of all that learning, there was one line that stuck out, and I have no idea what the article was. One line stuck out saying, people with this illness, it's usually because they are not following their life path. They're not following what they came here for.
Wow.
And it really hit me. And I thought, wow, when I was a kid, I wanted to be a healer. And so that's what started me on the journey initially. And then from there, I just allowed my intuition to sort of say, okay, well, I want to learn this healing modality. So I trained in CranioSacral and various types of reflexology, hypnotherapy, and each time it's like something will come up. Sometimes it's something presents itself in a session, and I kind of think, oh, I need another tool to help with this one.
Okay.
And so I'll keep going from there.
Yeah, and the nice thing about having all the different tools is, like you say, you can tailor your technique or your session to what's needed for each.
Precisely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
blend a whole bunch of different things into the package. Well, it's like doing energy work. There's a funny story. One time, this person made an appointment and said had to be Reiki. To just make sure that the only energy you're doing is Reiki. And I said, absolutely, for sure. But I had to chuckle to myself because I can't do that. I'm an energy worker.
Yep.
It's energy.
And what flows, flows.
What flows, flows. But if you need me to tell you that it's just this one, then that's what made him feel okay. And that was okay. So that's just a feeling of the fact that whenever I put my hands on, or even if it's a remote session, it's just all going to flow the way that it's meant to, and it's always dictated by the person that's presented or asked for it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. And that's the amazing part about being an intuitive, is you let that flow happen.
Precisely.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Moira, thank you. Thank you very much for sharing your story. Thank you for coming in today. And if you want to get in touch with Moira, if something she's doing resonates with you, then we have information up on TechMag Social on her feature page that will guide you to Moira, so you can come and get wellness with Moira.
Thank you.